We are just about 29 hours away from the grandest final in the FIFA World Cup. France versus Argentina. Both teams have won 2 FIFA World Cup titles. France are aiming to join Brazil and Italy in winning this title back to back. Argentina, on the other hand, are aiming to eliminate 36 years of pain. And for Lionel Messi, December 18th could prove to be providence or it could be disastrous. In more ways than one, this is the ultimate clash between the two best teams of the competition. If the 2018 FIFA World Cup is anything to go by when France met Argentina, we are in for another thriller of a showdown. Remember, France won that 4-3 thanks to Kylian Mbappe outclassing Lionel Messi at that point in time. Now, 4 years later, the tables are really equal. The average age of Argentinian players at this point in time is 27.9. On the other hand, for France, it's 26.9. Hardly any difference. So for pace, aggression, agility, skill, both teams are equally matched. But there is one record that France hold which is very, very envious when it comes to the CONMEBOL nations. Remember, CONMEBOL is the South American federation wherein you have teams from Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, Peru, Ecuador. All of these teams make up CONMEBOL. Now, what is that one X factor that is there in this French team which kind of makes them favorites heading into the final? You just have to look at the record that the French team have against the CONMEBOL nations. Consider this fact. They have not lost to Brazil in the FIFA World Cup for 64 years now. 1986, 1998, 2006 they had won. Their last loss, France's last loss, was in 1958 against Pele's Brazil. Remember, at that time they had won 5-2. But if you look at Argentina, they have not lost to them ever since 1986. The last encounter that they won was in 2018 and that was a 4-3 thriller. You look at Uruguay, they have not lost to Uruguay in the FIFA World Cup. Same for Peru, and against Chile, they have lost, but that was over 80 years ago. So when you look at CONMEBOL, especially that record against Brazil, not lost to them for 64 years now, it is truly remarkable. And against Argentina, they last lost to them 44 years ago. And when was that? 1978. 1978 was the period when Argentina won their first ever FIFA World Cup, and they followed it up in 1996 as well. So, if you have to look at it, France's record against the CONMEBOL nations makes for some massive reading, and France are the overwhelming favorites if you have to look at it. So as I had mentioned, not lost to Argentina since 1978. That is France's enviable record. And in the last 36 years, they have a 2-2 record in head-to-head encounters. Remember, Argentina may have won 2 friendlies, but France have won in the previous 2, including one in the FIFA World Cup of 2018. And the last encounter was 4-3. In a match that swung topsy-turvy, it was France who held the initiative. Remember, Antoine Griezmann opened the scoring, but then we came to Angel Di Maria equalizing, and then Mercado scoring thanks to a Messi assist. Then you had 2 fantastic goals, one from Pavard and the speed from Kylian Mbappe that gave them a 4-2 lead. Sergio Aguero, who is with the Argentinian team now, got it back to 4-3, but unfortunately, France managed to beat Lionel Messi's Argentina, and the dream had to be stalled for 4 more years. Here in the final, it will be very, very interesting indeed. So, not lost to a CONMEBOL nation since 1986 and beaten Brazil and Argentina consistently. The 2 behemoths of CONMEBOL, France have managed to beat them, and they have stayed unbeaten for a very long time also. France have broken a trend also in this FIFA World Cup 2022. And what was that? Heading into the clash against England, they had never beaten them in the FIFA World Cup. But they have beaten them now in the quarterfinals. And remember, in the round of 16 encounter in 2018, they had beaten Argentina for the first time also. So when they break a trend, you have to understand that France are onto something very special here. But at the same time, I would also like to point out their record when it comes to finals. Remember, this is the 6th final for Argentina. And unfortunately, Argentina have lost 4 and won 2. France, on the other hand, have made it to the final for the 4th time. They have won 2, but they also lost 1, and that too, it was on penalties in 2006 to Italy. So France at this point in time hold the advantage when it comes to the numbers game. But we know that when both teams come onto the pitch at the Lusail Stadium, it will be a different ball game altogether. Numbers will be thrown out, matchups will be considered much more important. But there's no denying the fact that France hold a big edge because they have managed to perform better against CONMEBOL nations. If you have to look at the UEFA teams, Germany comes a pretty close second when you look at it, because Germany in the past have often lost to CONMEBOL nations. I mean, they have beaten Argentina, but in the recent past, they have lost consistently to Brazil after that 2014 Maracanazo, if you have to look at it, the Minierazo rather. So 29 hours to go for the greatest match of the FIFA World Cup 2022. Lionel Messi versus Kylian Mbappe. France versus Argentina. If Mbappe wins the title, just at the age of 22, he will have 2 World Cups. And frighteningly, he will be aiming to go for more. Remember, he could be the next Pele for all you know. Because remember, Pele is the gold standard. If Argentina win, then providence will be achieved for Lionel Messi, because he will join El Diego, the great Diego Maradona, and finally the GOAT debate will be sealed with Messi being the favorite. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. We are building up to the FIFA World Cup 2022 final. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.